Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the fourth lesson of our basic series. The first one was how to talk a good game and look like you know what you're doing, then stance and grip, then bridge and stroke, and this one is aiming, and it's aiming by popular request. It's not a class we used to teach, but so many people have said, how the heck do you aim? I've got my stroke, but I don't know what to shoot at. Well, shoot at the object ball, of course, but where on the object ball? There's a reason that we haven't taught it before, which is that there is no system that works for everybody. There is no system that even works for half the people. And I've got down here what the pros say about it. You may not recognize John Schmidt's name. He's known as Mr. 400. That's because he's run over 400 balls at straight pool in competition. You may remember Calvin Coker, who comes here as our pro. He's run 256. But John is possibly the best American player right now. His piece of advice regarding aiming is, forget all the aiming systems. Just like when you throw a baseball to first, you just do it, right? There's no aiming. You do it, you feel it. It's the same with pool. You get a mental picture, and you do it. Aiming systems are the most ridiculous, overrated thing. The pros scoff at that stuff. They're like, aiming systems? Really? If players would quit spending so much time learning about aiming systems and go hit more balls, they'd be better players. There's no shortcut to it. It's like the golf swing guys. They've got 1,000 videos. But the guy who goes to the driving range till his hands bleed, that's the good golfer. You can't watch it online and go, oh, there's got to be a system for hitting a 4-iron 200 yards on the green. It's the same with pool. We've hit 1,000,000 balls. That's our system. Okay, that's the ham system. Hit 1,000,000. And that works for everyone. But it takes a while. I probably play more down here than most people. I figure I shoot 80,000, 100,000 shots a year. You're not going to shoot that many. And none of us are going to shoot 1,000,000 right away. So it's possible that a system will help you. Any system will help you in two ways. One is you're going to approach each shot in the same way because you've got a system. The second is you're going to focus and concentrate because you have to really bear down to use the system, whatever the system is. So if you like systems, you can have one, and it might help you in those ways. It's something like migraine headaches. Some of you get migraines, and you know there are prescription medications that will work for some people. There is no prescription medication that works for half the migraine sufferers. There are lots of medications, and they work for 10, 20, 30% of the people. So the odds are when you try one, it's not going to work for you. You probably have to try several. You may try it the same with these systems. There's several suggested here. Try them and see if you're comfortable with them. See if they work for you. I don't put a lot of faith in systems. I put a lot of faith in feel. But for the reasons I just mentioned, you may be comfortable with one. The little diagram here is just what I've got on the table. It's two balls lined up to go in the pocket and a cue ball. And if the one ball wasn't there, I'd be shooting the cue ball to sink the 3. And upon impact, the cue ball would be exactly where the one ball is, because that's the straight line to the pocket. Now, if the cue ball was over here, then where would I have to hit it? The same place. It doesn't matter where the cue ball is. It wants to be right where the one ball is to make the 3 ball go in here. So, that is the basis for the most widespread and popular aiming system, which is the ghost ball. The one is a ghost ball. Imagine where it is, look at it carefully, now take it away and hit the one ball straight on. And if you do that, your cue ball will occupy that space and the shot will go in. This requires that you be able to visualize that one ball when it's gone. Some people find that impossible, others find it pretty easy. Try it. So there are four sort of general techniques under the diagram here. The first one is what I just said. Shoot the cue ball from wherever you are, dead straight at the one ball, which isn't there. The second one is, people think there's a line that goes through here right to the pocket. Well, yes, there is a line, but it's bigger than a line. It's practically railroad tracks. It goes like this, and anywhere in that area is a good shot. So instead of looking for the exact tiny little line there, visualize it as a broad path. And that helps some people know that, well, I could be a little bit this way or a little bit that way, and it'll still go in. I just have to be in the general vicinity. Now, of course, it helps if you're close to the pocket like this. That's the second one. Then there's a whole bunch of systems, and by golly, I've read a bunch of them. Some of these systems go on for 4 or 5 closely typed pages on exactly how you do it. I don't have the patience. However, there is a simple method where you could hit the one ball. Nope, take it away. No ghost ball for this one. I could hit this ball dead straight, dead center. I could barely hit it. I could hit so it's 1/4 overlapped, 1/2 overlapped, and so on like that. And if you tell yourself, I want to hit 1/4 of the ball for this shot, well, you don't really know if that's right or not, but you'll try it, and you say, oh, no, I should have hit it 1/8. And you can visualize pieces of the ball and try to hit that piece. You can also look at the contact point where the cue ball must hit the 3 ball. It's right there. And as you line up, if you get down low enough, the cue ball will cover part of the 3 ball in your eye. And if you can put that contact point exactly in the middle of the part that's covered up, that will make the shot every time. So if I'm shooting from a big angle, I'm only covering up. Do you know what I mean by covering up? I get down there, the cue ball obscures part of the 3 ball. And the part of the 3 ball that's covered up is very small, so I can aim right at the center of the covered part. And if it's like this, most of the ball is covered up, so I'm going to hit almost in the center of the ball. Some people find it very easy to visualize that. I don't, but some people do. Mostly what I do is I stand back and look at the ball. Let's put it over here for the moment. And I'm going to be hitting it like this. I'm going to look at the ball. I don't point my cue at it, but you could when you're starting out, and see the spot. Now, there's no actual spot there, but I can see the center of the ball, and I keep my eyes on that center of the ball. And I come down, and now I'm just planning to make the cue ball hit that spot. I'm not aiming directly at the spot, because as you know, if I'm aiming at the spot and I'm coming at it, the cue ball hits this ball with the side of the ball before it gets there. So you have to make that adjustment in your head. Okay. I'm looking at the ball. I see a spot on it. I stare at the spot. I come down, and I'm aiming to hit that spot with the cue ball. If I aim directly at the spot, I will miss the shot, because these are round objects, not points. And this is a point, and this is a point. And if I shoot directly at that shot, at that point with this ball, it will never get to that point. The sides will hit it first, and the ball will go like this instead of like that. So, you just have to understand that you can't aim directly at the spot. You have to aim so the side of the ball that's going to hit it hits that spot. Now, does that sound very scientific and easy to do? No. No, it isn't. There's a whole lot of feel in it. Now, you want something 1, 2, 3, here's how to do it? All right. Here's the only 1, 2, 3 system I would recommend you try. You can go online and try 20 others, but this is the one that's most commonly taught to beginners who want a system. I'm going to aim at the one ball that isn't there in order to sink this shot. But there's nothing there anymore. And what can I do? Well, I want the cue ball to be, center of the cue ball to be right there in order for it to be in line. So I'm going to aim at that point with the center of my ball. Where is that point? Well, there is no point there. What people do, they put the tip of their cue right where the one ball was touching the felt, the cloth. That's where you want it. Now, if you can hold that there and rotate, there's your shot. You don't have to aim at all. It's already aimed for you. So if you can come down on that same line and shoot that shot, it'll go. So once again, let me try it over here. I'm aiming to put it in there. I stand behind it and I put my tip where I think the center of the one ball would be. And it's 1 1/4 inches away from the edge of that ball. But it's right about there. I leave it there, try not to move it, line it up with my cue ball. Come down and shoot. Now, most of these systems, you want a piece of paper in front of you to study as you go through it, because they're that complicated. This one, you probably don't need that. So, here I am shooting this ball. That's tough. It's a big cut. I would walk all the way over here, but I don't need to. I know it's about there. Come around, line it up with my cue ball. I didn't aim. I didn't even stroke, which you should do. But that should help you get close. Well, we'll see. You'll try it. Again, all of these systems may be helpful to you as you start out. You will outgrow them if you keep at it. You will come to rely on feel and what you've done up to then. But if you don't have that background, it's a way to get started. So, along the lines of getting started, what questions do we have? That's great. They understood everything. Wow. Okay. What I'd like you to do at this point doesn't require a lot of supervision. I would like you to try that last technique. Put the Q-tip down, walk around, line it up, and shoot. And see if you get close on some difficult shots. The trickiest part about it is actually leaving your Q-tip in the right spot. Because as you walk around, the Q-tip tends to move a little. So if you would like to, go ahead and spread around, and I'll be available. Some of the other guys are here if you'd like to ask questions about anything that we've covered. Thank you very much.